The best way I can explain this to you, it's like they build a fence around you. Now this fence is invisible with the naked eye. It's like an energetic fence. Now this fence is so strong, built so solid that no invaders are able to break in. And sometimes this warning comes in a form of gut feeling. When you have a gut feeling, don't just trust it, obey it. Yeah. And sometimes this warning comes in a form of exposure. It's like you end up discovering the whole plan before it even takes off. This is the situation many times. If you watch crime like shows, as like a spouse, they try to set the spouses up, and they end up talking to the detective, exposing the whole plan before it even takes off. Now, some of these people might not be so spiritual, but let me tell you something. That is a spiritual protection. Ladies and gentlemen, fuck going on? In this video, I want to talk about how to protect yourself spiritually. Yeah. Oh shit, look at where I am. I'm back under my tree. This is where it all started. Guys, I want to do this video with 100% excitement. Actually, I even forgot the intro. Let me start with the intro. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Alula, and welcome to Awaken the Ego. In this video, guys, oh shit, look at where I am. Yeah. In this video, guys, I want to talk about how to arm yourself spiritually, how to be dangerous to your spiritual enemies before you even leave your house. Don't you know this is a spiritual world? Everything, in fact, every attack happens spiritually first. You know what I'm saying? The physical is just an act of the spiritual thing that is taking place in real life. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. There is a way to protect yourself spiritually. There is a way, ladies and gentlemen, to be bulletproof. Now, I've always done these things, but I've done these things without knowing them. You know what I'm saying? But there is another part of this, is that, guys, when we say chosen ones are protected, let me tell you something. That ain't no lie. Just like you can get a physical protection, you can also get a spiritual protection. Now, this is spiritual protection is more powerful than any bodyguard you can ever get. They are invisible, but they are so powerful. Once you understand these things, guys, And once you begin to live your life according to this, let me tell you something. You're gonna get to a point where your enemies will not even try you. You're gonna get to a point where your enemies will not even dare to come near you. You're gonna get to a point, my brother and my sister, where your enemies will flee at first sight or at first glance of you. As like one park said, they I seen them or they seen me and they ran like that. Man, I gotta stop saying these things. I need to be professional. Yeah. Let me just say this before we proceed into today's video, guys. In fact, one of the most important attraction for me earlier on to spirituality is through this guy, James Allen's book, and that is As a Man Thinketh. Guys, that's an important thing. That is an important thing. I cannot stress that enough. The way you think, most importantly, guys, the way you think within your heart. It's how your life will unfold. Now, there are two protections our soul can get, one from the good side and one from the other side. You know what I'm saying? Now, the other side requires for you to sell your soul, make concessions, really degrade yourself in order for you to be protected. That is like somebody like Diddy, Sean Combs. But the other protection, guys, just asks you to have a good intention within your heart. Oh shit, damn, I just revealed my first point. Which, guys, takes us to our first point. How do you have a good spiritual protection in your life? Man, I've seen so many things. I've been in so many situations where it had made me go figure. I could not believe some things that I've escaped. How I laughed and celebrated when I knew once again I was protected. I came out of there with my full health. Why is this? Because, guys, one of the most good things about me, really, even from my young age, even back when like I had a little bit of trauma in me, is like I never had bad intention towards anybody. I never really went out of my way to think, man, I'm gonna stick you. No wonder why. I've been so protected and provided for throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Most people in this world, they move with bad intention. Now, if you move with bad intention, there is no way of creating any good intention. This is what I mean by this book, James Allen. This guy says, everything that manifests in your life comes from out of your heart. Now, when we flip that psychologically, it can mean what you think subconsciously. Some people, guys, are wired up to be criminals, cheat, steal, kill. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, that protection can come from the other side. Now that person can be used to destroy and destroy and destroy, but he shall be also destroyed and degraded. Now, giving the best intention to people means, guys, look at what I'm doing in this video. I'm literally sharing everything that have helped me to become the best version of me. Therefore, this is my good intention to you. And let me tell you this, I think as your human beings, we have responsibility to do this. All right, let's get down to the second point. How do you make sure you have a spiritual protection, especially particularly in dangerous situations? Which takes us to a good point, and that is you got to obey your gut instincts. You got to listen to your stomach. And let me tell you something. The body knows before the mind can process the situation. In fact, I could not believe when I was doing a yoga in India, and they told me that my stomach was my second brain. Now, let me just say something about the stomach or the solar plex issue is that you got to give it good nutritious food so that it can function the way it's supposed to. Do you realize how when you consume bad foods, your whole mood is, get that? That is a spiritual attack there, guys. Now, the spiritual side of the gut instincts, guys, is when you have that feeling about something, someone, situation, it's like you got to obey and do what you feel is necessary to be done. In fact, that is how God, guys, warns you. And this year, 2019, actually, come to think about it, it was a dangerous year for me. You know what I'm saying? And I was in this club and this place, Cali, in Colombia. And I got to talking to like two guys, one German guy and another like Colombian, like just speaking, just normal, like in the club or whatever, just say what's up. At first, they were so friendly, and then as the night was going on, the demeanor began to change. Man, I cannot say for 100% certain, but I really thought that those people was gonna kidnap me or probably kill me or something. I don't know. So what did I do when I had those feelings? Because one of them went really quiet. You know what I'm saying? When a person is quiet and not affectionate, take that as a sign, guys. See what I'm saying? So as soon as I started feeling these vibes, my gut health was telling me what to do. Get the hell out of here. I was obeying that. So I reached out to my pocket, my phone, and ordered an Uber. Uber is coming in 5 minutes. I wait there 3 minutes, just hanging around, like, all good. Uber is 2 minutes away. I just say to the guy, man, I'm going to the toilet, and I'll be right back. Guess what he said to me? Toilet is there, that way. And I just gave him a smile, and I just walked. And I knew he could not do anything because there's a lot of people around. You see what I'm saying? I told you that story, guys, to say, what do you have? A gut health. Don't just trust it. You got to obey it. All right, let's walk around here as I finish this video with this. Now, another way to protect yourself spiritually, guys, is to pay attention what you feed your mind. I think I spoke about this thing like many years back. And let me close this video by giving you this reference about how important this is. Now, like the people who are in the media and like show business know that most people get home around 4:35 or whatever. So it makes sense to put the best show around 6. You know what I'm saying? Like 6 p.m. where everybody's around and eating dinner or something like that. But they don't do that. What they do is they wait until it's 8:30 or 9 and they put that show on there. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how effective that is. That is so important in programming you and shaping you and invading your mind with spiritual attacks. Now, how does this work, guys? It's like the last thing you do before you go to bed is what you shall take with you to the next world as you sleep and go into other dimension. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, if you're watching a serial killer stories throughout the night before you went to bed, as you were sleeping, the spiritual attacks was going on. Now, when you rise in the morning, guys, first of all, you're not gonna feel your best. Your vibration will be so low, and then, guys, when your vibration is low, everything you do is low. And let me tell you something. That is how spiritual attacks operate. Oh yeah, another thing as well. Physical health. All right, bye.